everyone. I decided to make this video today in spite of the chaos around my garden. We are having the shutters being varnished and it has been 2 weeks now. Early this summer we had our glass windows replaced by more modern ones, but we kept the original shutters as we like them. They are solid, excellent wood, and we decided to keep them. It would be a waste not to. The problem is that they need maintenance. Being made of wood, they need maintenance, like being varnished every 2 or 3 years. I did what I could for some years, but I'm not willing to do that anymore. Besides, they needed the care of someone qualified. However, first we had to wait a long time for the professional we wanted to do this job to agree and come. And now it's taking quite long because we have lots of windows. We have 13 windows, which means 13 pairs of shutters, which had to be sanded up to take all the old layers of varnish and furnished back again. It took longer than we thought, but it's getting quite good, and I'm very pleased. Can you see how beautiful they are? But you can also see my patio is a mess. Plants and pots all over the place. My cymbidium were relegated to that corner over there near the pool. Well, at least they are getting plenty of sun. My epiphytic cactus are a bit everywhere. Everything is dirty with a fine dust. Anyway, the last doors varnished yesterday are drying up. They're on the ground. 2 layers of varnish. All of them took 2 layers of varnish. And hopefully this afternoon they will be ready to be put into place. And then I might be able to start cleaning everything tomorrow morning, giving plants a bath and putting them back in their places. They will be very happy when I do that. Anyway, today I took advantage that the professional working here is not at the moment. So I decided to give you an update on my Vandas. And I'm starting with this one. This is my largest Vanda. Bought it in April in the supermarket. If you remember, if you follow my channel, you probably will remember that. This plant did well over the summer. As expected, she lost those long roots she had. So I placed her in this basket with some charcoal chunks, which makes her more manageable to bring home in the winter. But she liked it. Look at these marvelous thick roots she sprouted. She was in bloom in April, and she's in bloom again. 2 spikes with 16 flowers in total. I could not hope for better. The blooms are very beautiful. I love the color and I love the tessellation. They are purple with a hint of blue, and the lower sepals are so much darker. Anyway, I must say, this gave me a lot of care. It took a lot of work for me. Trying to give this Vanda the best temperatures and best possible light, I moved her around the garden at least 3 times a day in the last months, but it was really worthwhile. She's been in bloom for quite some time, several weeks, about a month or so. The first flowers to open must be getting on their way out, but she still is a stunner. No fragrant though, but we cannot expect everything. This is where I keep her in the afternoon as she gets the sun from the west side. This is my only big Vanda so far. I have two seedlings that will grow as big, but it will take a few years to get there. I have them hanging here as well as other Vandas, which are mostly small or medium size. But I'll bring them over to the counter so that we can take a better look at them. So now I have here my other Vandas, and I'll start with this one. This is so cute. I bought this one in March, and this is a Renantera. It's the smallest species of this genus. Maybe you can see here, Renantera histrionica. It's so cute. I broke this leaf on the way home, but since then it grew. This one, and this one, and there's another one growing, and it has grown this root and this root, and there was this root which a snail ate the tip, but the root is viable, and as you can see, the root liked so much the bark, the cork bark, that it went in and it came through the other side. I like it so much. It's so big comparing to what it was when I bought it. I like it. I keep it here. It gets the afternoon sun with the other mounts. And then here I have my two seedlings. These will grow big. Not this one. These are the seedlings that my friend Teresa brought me as bag babies. This one is Ascocendra Advisac Blue, and it has grown so much since last year, and it's growing roots. It's liking it here. She's in this basket with charcoal. Through the summer, I've been watering these Vandas every day. I don't know how I will do in winter. They are going back in the house within a month or so, and then I'll see what they need. This is one, and this is, where is the tag? This is Mocara Jesus Pride. Was also a bag baby. It was very, very small, but it has grown so much over the summer. The roots are different. They are thinner than the Ascocenda, but it's growing nicely. Also potted in this basket with charcoal. And then I have this cutie here, which is a hybrid. It's a cross of Nasco Central with a Dorothy's, which this Dorothy's is now included with Phalaenopsis. So it is a Vandaceous type. It's now considered a Vanda, and it has the look of a Phalaenopsis, doesn't it? It has very good roots, and it has grown a lot since I bought this one in March, last March. And then I have this one, which is Ascocentrum curvifolium. It's also in this mesh basket, but it's in bark mixed with chunks of charcoal. When I received it, it was only potted in bark. I decided to mix the charcoal, which has been working quite well for me. It's not a very big plant, but it had some very bad leaves when I got her, and now the leaves are much better, and it has good roots too. And I have this one, which is of all my favorite of these small ones, and this one is Vanda costylis pink. It can also be called Neostylis pink, because this is a cross of Neophoenicia falcata with Rhynchostylis. I like it so much. Isn't she beautiful? She's going to grow bigger than this, but not hugely big. It will remain medium size. It flowered already this year. In fact, I bought it in bud, and it bloomed later for me. That was last March, and since then it grew these beautiful roots. Beautiful. It's potted in a mix of bark with charcoal. When I received it, it was in a regular pot with just bark. I like these mesh pots. And we have here my Rhynchostylis gigantea, which is not considered a Vanda, but it's a Vandaceous anyway. I got this one early this year. It was in bloom, and since then it has grown this leaf and this one. This plant came potted in only charcoal, in a very, very small pot, just charcoal. And after blooming, I changed it to this mesh basket, which I had from the pond and was not using it. And I kept it in charcoal. It's doing quite well. These ties here are just because as this plant receives light just from the side, it was bending to the light. Not anymore. But anyway, I kept, as you can see, it's loose. Maybe I wouldn't need it. But anyway, I keep it like that, just in case. All these plants are a bit dirty. They have sort of a dust which must be cleaned because of the works going on. So they will have a bath after everything is ready, and before they go home. But I hope I will not have to bring them home that soon. The weather is still mild, and maybe not before 3 weeks or so. And I still have here my Phalaenopsis hybrids, and I have this one in bloom. That one is in bud. This is a white one, but it looks like it has a plastic bud. But anyway, both these orchids were in bloom in May. They bloomed in May and they are blooming again. Although I have cut off the spikes. The spikes dried, I cut them off, and they are blooming again. And I'm quite happy. These two Phalaenopsis belong to my mother, who passed away recently, and so they are important to me. And this one is so beautiful, isn't she? I like this one. Very, very beautiful. It's pink, but the lip is darker. Can you see now? Very, very beautiful. And it's time to go. A last look at these beautiful blooms. Thank you for watching, and I'll be seeing you in the next video. Bye bye.